Funko Fusion. This is a game that I wasn't planning to review for the channel. I actually totally forgot that it was even coming out. I remember learning about it maybe 3 or so months ago, and then I immediately forgot about its existence. And then I learned about it again, maybe a month after that, and then I once again promptly forgot about it. But I was looking through the upcoming games and I saw it was about to drop, and I figured, you know, why the hell not? Why shouldn't I play and review it for the channel? I have some free time this week, so I watched some gameplay and it looked cool enough. It looked like another game that was just designed to have fun with, like an old school Lego game from back in the day or something like that, which is the type of game I've been addicted to lately and I just want more of. I recently reviewed Space Marine 2 and Astrobot on this channel, and both of these games together have unlocked something in me, and that's the desire to play more games that are just fun. But also the thing about this game that really caught my eye is how many franchises that I love are incorporated into it with their own playable characters and sometimes even their own levels, from things like Jurassic World and Back to the Future to so many horror IPs I never would have expected, like The Walking Dead, Chucky, The Thing, and even Nope. Who the hell would have expected Nope to be in this game? Not me, but I love that it is. But anyway, Funko Fusion just came out today and I've been playing it. I've been playing it a lot, pretty much all day, and I have a lot of thoughts that I want to share with you guys. So I'm going to jump into the review. I'm going to show you guys some raw gameplay, but before I do that, hit that subscribe button. I talk about video games all the time on this channel. I do day one reviews all the time. I do other video game discussions. And I've been going hard on this channel for the past few weeks. I've been reviewing pretty much everything that I can. I've been working hard to get day one reviews out, playing, editing, and releasing all in the span of one day for anything that I'm able to. And I want to let you guys know that I see and appreciate all the support you've been giving me in the comments, so thank you for that. And September has been busy, but October is going to be even busier. More games means more reviews on this channel and more other gaming videos on this channel, so thank you for keeping up. And if you're not subscribed yet, you should subscribe so you can keep up with the rest of us. But anyway, enough with this introduction. Let's talk about Funko Fusion. So first off, this is a first impressions review. I have been playing the game for hours now, but still, I have not yet inhabited the body of every Funko Pop in the game, nor have I stepped foot on every Funko world. And also, this video will be spoiler free. I won't really talk about the story at all, and all of the gameplay that you're seeing is from the first world that I decided to visit, which was The Thing. Obviously, I had to start with The Thing, but there's actually two reasons why all the gameplay you're seeing is from The Thing world. One is for a good reason that I'll talk about in the pros section of my review, and the other is for a bad reason, which of course means I'll talk about it when I get to my criticisms. But anyways, what kind of game is Funko Fusion? It's a third-person action game where each level is based on a different Universal Studios IP, and in each level, the story somewhat follows the IP it's based on while being simultaneously mixed with the overarching Funko storyline that is connecting everything. The enemies on each level also change up depending on what world you are in. So for example, in the Thing world, you fight enemies from the Thing movie, you fight enemies with guns from the rival Antarctic base, you fight infected dogs, and of course, you fight people that have been infected by the Thing parasite. And in the Jurassic World levels, you fight dinosaurs and so on and so forth, though I've yet to experience that. Again, I'll tell you why later, but moving on. The combat in this game is a mixture of third-person shooting and melee, but there are things that can change up the combat, like grenades you can purchase and special weapons you can buy, or you can find them in treasure chests and in boxes. How you complete levels will vary too. For example, in the Thing world, you complete Chapter 1 by searching the map for 6 huskies, Chapter 2 is a boss battle, and Level 3 is mainly an environment puzzle. But let's talk about all the things I like about Funko Fusion so far, because believe it or not, I think it's actually a pretty decent game overall, and I am having fun with it. The first thing I think the game does really well is how it commits to the worlds that the levels are based on. Again, I've only played the Thing level so far, but I was actually really surprised at how they captured the world of arguably my favorite John Carpenter movie. It's not just a level set in the snow on some generic research base, and we are just pretending it's supposed to be the base from the thing. As far as I can tell, they actually recreated the layout from the movie in a lot of spots. As I was going around the map, I immediately knew what scene from the movie the area I was in was based on, but not only with the map design, but with the characters as well. Each level has multiple playable characters, each with their own unique playstyle and combat technique. Kurt Russell's character, McCready, has a shotgun and an axe as his melee weapon, but Childs has a rifle, so he can hit enemies at a longer distance. He can't dodge, but he can make up for that by having a flamethrower that you can use pretty much whenever you want. The other two characters have distinct differences as well, like the dude with the roller skates has a flare gun as his firearm, which makes him ideal to use when dealing with lots of enemies at one time, and the old dude has a shield and an assault rifle, which makes him arguably the easiest to get through levels with. I also love how this game lets you change your character practically whenever you want to and however many times you want. You have to find a Funko box in order to do so, but there's never one any farther than a room or two away from where you are. But I also think it's wicked cool that they added 4 playable characters for each level at the very start, including side characters that I never would have expected to play as in a video game. I feel like a lot of developers would have just given us the 2 main characters per franchise and called it good, like McCready and Childs for the Thing, or just Owen Grady and Claire from Jurassic World. But yeah, I was surprised at how much care seems to have been given to the IPs that the game is using. Even the soundtrack for the Thing level sounded very much like the music from the movie. If they did the Thing this well, I can only imagine how good of a treatment bigger IPs were given, or who knows, maybe the devs just loved the Thing and spent extra time on that world. I wish I could have compared it to other worlds, but again, I couldn't. And again, I'll get into that later. But the thing that surprised me the most about the game so far is how long it took me to get through one world. There's not just one chapter per world, but actually several levels you have to get through. Like I mentioned earlier, the first level for the Thing puts you in a small open area where you have to find 6 huskies. You find them by doing various tasks from mini puzzles to killing enemies. Then another chapter will be more focused around one multi-staged boss battle that was actually pretty difficult and had me rethinking my strategy several times. Then the chapter after that is a lot more spooky and horror based, where you're following flares through the snow and doing a lot of puzzle solving, and that's the good reason why all the gameplay you're seeing is from the Thing, by the way, and why all I can really talk about is the Thing world, because it was a lot more layered and lengthy than I was expecting it to be. I'd say you'd probably spend at least 2 hours per main world in this game, assuming the rest of the worlds have as many chapters, and that's not even taking into account the replayability of this game. The game seems to be pretty replayable too, and designed around you returning to a lot of these worlds to get more collectibles and to unlock more things. In each world and each level in that world, your main goal is to collect Funko crowns, and by the time I finished each level, I didn't even have half of them. And there's other collectibles as well, like bone parts, that once you get a certain amount, you unlock a new pop to play as. The core gameplay is actually pretty smooth as well. Running around, shooting, meleeing enemies always felt responsive and snappy. The frame rate seemed to be just fine for me. I didn't notice any stuttering or lagging or anything like that. But anyways, that's all the stuff I think Funko Fusion does well so far. Now it's time to get into the negatives. This game has so many game-breaking bugs, it's not even funny, and that's the negative reason of why you're only seeing gameplay from the Thing right now. I had to restart levels, not once, not twice, not even 3 times, but 4 whole times. The first time was because I went to one of the vending machines and I just got stuck there. I couldn't move, I couldn't exit out or anything, so I had to return to the Funko base and restart the level. The second time, one of the huskies I rescued got stuck on the environment and nothing I did would set him free, so of course I couldn't progress without leading the husky to another part of the map, so I once again had to restart. The third time, instead of loading a cutscene, the game just stayed on a black black screen, and the fourth time I had no idea what to do next, so I looked up a walkthrough, which I don't typically do, but I was at a loss, and I saw that a key was supposed to spawn and allow me to progress, but the key never spawned, so once again, I had to start over. It was so annoying that it genuinely ruined a lot of the experience for me, because the game isn't that good with its autosaves either. During 2 of those game-breaking bugs, I had 4 or 5 out of the 6 huskies, and when I reloaded into the level, I had to start from 0 once again, which meant killing the same enemies, doing the same puzzles, and going through the same process over and over and over. It made what should have been a 2-hour level turn into 4 or even 5 hours, which is so disappointing because, again, on a base level, the game runs just fine, at least for me. Good frame rate, good hit detection, responsive combat, so it's extra annoying that there's random bombshells of bugs just kept dropping and hitting the game and its critical organs. But anyway, I'm sorry this review is a bit shorter than most of my reviews and that I couldn't get into more detail, but despite how much potential I feel this game has, it feels like it didn't want to be played half of the time, and I'm at a weird crossroad in my mind right now because, again, on a base level, when the game is working smooth, I'm having a damn good time, honestly. A much better time than I could have expected. I love all the IPs, the core gameplay is fun, the level design keeps things fresh, and it's yet to feel boring or overly repetitive. And if it wasn't for me needing to restart levels 4 times in my first play session, I'd be frothing at the mouth right now to play more as soon as I clicked upload on this review. But now, yes, still gonna play more, but I'm not gonna have nearly as much fun worrying when I'll lose significant progress again. But anyways, that's my quick thoughts after spending the better part of a day with Funko Fusion. The game has massive potential. I think a lot of people are going to sleep on this game, and I think a lot of people who do play it are going to be surprised at how good and competent it is on a base level once again. They just need to roll out a patch or 2, but let's say they do patch the game and it works fine and you don't risk losing progress. Do I recommend it? I do, actually. For specific people, if you like a lot of these IPs and you want to see their world recreated in the world of Funko, and you also don't mind simple third-person shooting and melee combat, this game does do more right than it does wrong. Let me put it this way. I don't regret spending $60 on this game. Based on this one level, I have a feeling I'll definitely get my money's worth. Bugs aside, one world already took me over a 1/4 of the playtime it took me to play the Space Marine 2 campaign, but I'm also an outlier, I know that. If you're on the fence about this game, definitely wait for a sale, or at least wait until a hefty patch. But if you feel your heart flutter a bit when you see the gameplay and trailers for this game, and a sense of excitement still remains inside of your heart, I say go for it. Just be prepared to replay some levels, oftentimes more than once. But anyways, depending on how this video performs, I'll make a follow-up review after I put even more hours into the game and play through even more worlds, so let me know if you'd be interested in that, because I'd love to do a deeper dive into this game at some point. But have you played Funko Fusion yet? If you have, let me know what you're thinking about it in the comments down below. Are you experiencing as many bugs and glitches as I am, or are you not? And if you haven't played it yet, let me know. Do you plan to, or are you going to ignore it completely? Either way, I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and thank you for watching, especially if you watched this far.